picked up their first win of the season, although they're still waiting for one in the league. A 76-38 win for the Highlander boys as Valley City comes up with a win over Lisbon back on Saturday as well. And that sets the table for you here tonight at the Highlander Activity Center, where we're getting set for doubleheader basketball. A bit of a late start tonight after our junior varsity games ran just a bit late, but we're glad to be with you this evening here downtown in Valley City. Our pregame report tonight is brought to you by Sanford Health Valley City, here for all and here for good. They bring you our pregame coverage of the Highlanders and Fargo Shanley tonight. Coming up on our pregame report, we'll take a look at Drive for the Title and run down the standings in the Eastern Dakota Conference. We'll start with the girls, as that's where we start tonight. We'll take a look at the boys as well, and then we'll recap that in between games this evening. We'll also touch on who the playmakers are going to be for tonight's matchup, as we see a Fargo Shanley team that comes in with a couple of players right around double figures as far as average, and one player for Valley City has taken over the scoring derby lead and has become the impact player when it comes down to scoring and rebounding. So we'll touch on that as well. Your starting lineups in basketball on the way in just a little bit here at the Highlander Activity Center tonight. This one should be a fairly good matchup to get this doubleheader started. Fargo Shanley on the road here in Valley City to take on the Highlanders. It's Highlander boys and girls basketball, with the girls first tonight. And we bring it to you right here as we continue our coverage of Highlander sports on the voice of the Valley and the voice of the Highlanders, KOVC.
Beef it up with an order of locally fed and grown beef from Valley Meat Supply in Valley City. Order by the front, side, or hind. It's all cut, wrapped, and sharp frozen. Valley Meat also has hogs, half or whole, and check their meat cases for a large selection of fresh meats and sausages. They slaughter every Tuesday and Thursday. Call 845-4705 or 800-752-5142. Load up your freezer now with the best beef or pork from Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City.
At Bank Forward, we focus on building relationships. Hi, I'm Kara Weeb with Bank Forward in Valley City. Whether it's opening a checking account, saving for college, or starting your own business, Bank Forward is the bank big enough to help, but we're small enough to know your name. Call 845-1220 or visit bankforward.com today. Striving to be the bank that defines customer service since 1927. It's simply the Forward way. Bank Forward, member FDIC.
Now is the time, now is the time.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Brothers 3 has the area's widest variety of classic and new ice fishing tackle at the lowest prices to give you the edge this year. Before heading out on the ice, stop in and get your live bait and tackle and fill your tank with the highest quality gas and diesel. Brothers 3 is your locally owned and operated convenience store. As always, Brothers 3 has the lowest prices in town on everything, from snacks and drinks to winter gear and propane and automotive supplies. Remember, it pays to shop at Brothers 3.
You need a building, and you need it now. Look into Winkler Structures, available at Smith Lumber Company in Valley City. From a quick build utility to bigger dome structures for cattle, machinery, or hay storage, Winkler Structures are designed for strength and security with their no-compromise fabric and high-strength structural steel. These buildings have stood the test of time for today's cost-conscious customer. Customize your Winkler structure at Smith Lumber Company, East Main, Valley City. Call 845-2135.
We welcome you back to the Highlander Activity Center tonight as we bring you our coverage of Highlander basketball this evening. Valley City's at home to take on Fargo Shanley, and our pregame report tonight is brought to you by Sanford Health Valley City, here for all and here for
center for this Eastern Dakota Conference matchup between the visitors, the Deacons of Shanley, and your Valley City Highlanders. Valley City High School encourages and promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation this evening by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. We ask now, at this time, that you please rise, remove your caps and hats, face the flag, as our national anthem being played this evening by the Valley City Pep Band under the direction of Rebecca Elliott. Thank you. We'd also like to say thank you to Dakota Rose and Floral for being the Highlanders Superfan Scout sponsor for tonight's game. Before we meet our starting lineups, let's meet our cheerleaders for the Highlanders. 9th grader, Jesney Thompson. 7th grader, Hayden Curtis. Getting taped up, 10th grader, Jason Lassiter. And 11th grader, Izzy Becker. The Highlander cheer team, coached by assistant Katie Anderson and head coach Tabitha Brown. Now let's meet your starting lineup. First, for the Shanley Deacons. Starting in the guard, 5'8" sophomore, number 4, Nora Rooney. And another guard, senior 5'8", wears number 5, Aubrey. And another 5'7" junior, number 12, Brett McNeely. And away, a 6'1" junior, number 32, Megan Shorma. And at center, 6'1" junior, number 20, Messenger Hakim. The Deacons are coached by Steve Jacobson, assisted by Lee Dilley, Rob Ellingson, and Beth Maher. Now, the starting lineup for your Park Valley City Highlanders. Starting at a guard, number 3 is the senior Samantha Hatcher. And another guard, a 5'5" junior, number 5, Drew Holtrack. And a forward, a 6' senior, number 15, Carly Goldberg. And another forward, a 5'9" junior, number 32, Tessa Olson. And starting center, a senior, standing 6', number 33, Elderbaum. The Highlanders are coached by Jimmy Howard and assisted by Derek Blair. Our officials for tonight's game, Mark Gudru, Shane Luna, and Rob Marshall. Deacon fans, are you ready for EDC basketball? Highlander fans, are you ready for EDC basketball?
particular crew. Tessa Olson will jump against Meziku Hakim for Fargo Shanley. Shanley's in red. Valley City is in white. Hakim will control the jump, and we're underway with basketball with Bryn McNeely bringing the ball into the front court. Aubrey Dew turning back to McNeely in the top of the key. Back to Dew, left wing. They're looking at Shorma in the post right away. Can't find her early. Nora Roney coming back over to the left side. Dew left corner. Head fake drew defender. Baseline pull-up jumper, and it's good for Aubrey Dew. First 2 points for Dew and the Deacons. And the Deacons will take a 2-0 lead in the first half minute of the opening half of play. Potratz in the backcourt, taking a look against a 2-3 trapping zone. Ball comes to the top of the key to beat the trap with Egermont. Into the left corner, Sam Hatcher for 3. That one's strong. Rebound off the front of the rim, and Maggie Shormer runs it down with an angle towards the basket. She'll drive into the front court 2-on-1, pulls up off the dribble and missed it. Meziku Hakim picks up the rebound from 13. She can't score. Drew Potratz has the rebound for Valley City. 2-0 in favor of Fargo Shanley on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Highlanders into the front court. Govan looking at Egermont, and a foul coming up against Meziku Hakim from behind. We will see the foul against Meziku Hakim. Hakim will have her first. That'll be the first against the Deacons. Inbounds pass comes into Egermont. She was going to have a shot block, tried to kick to the perimeter, and Aubrey Dew deflected that ball out of bounds. It'll stay Highlander basketball with 17:04 to play in the opening half. Tessa Olson to inbound the ball. They scatter in front. Olson taking a look underneath. Egermont comes open on the block. Olson will load up, kicks it out on top against pressure. Sam Hatcher picks it up, stops on the elbow, and has the ball deflected loose. A run for the basketball to Nora Roney, and now the Deacons produce the turnover. Aubrey Dew will take a pass from Maggie Shorma and score in transition. Aubrey Dew will score her 4th. And it's 4-0 Fargo Shanley as a takeaway breakaway for the Deacons will result in their second bucket of the night. And the Highlanders in some trouble here early against some good ball pressure from the Deacons. Tess Olson, right side. Sam Hatcher looking in. Back to Olson, the top of the key with Egermont coming to the high post to kick. Potratz for 3. Left wing is good. That'll cut into the lane. Drew Potratz coming into the matchup at averaging 6.9 points per game. Good shooter from the foul line. That time knocks down a 3. Lead cut to 1 at 4-3 Deacons. Meziku Hakim in the right corner. Shorma, top of the key to McNeely. Starting to dribble to the right. Out to the right corner. Roney taking a look in for Hakim in the post. Hakim trying to shovel the ball back to the top. Does, and McNeely for 3. Strong off the heel. Rebound deflected out to the perimeter. And Hakim will run down her own deflection. Ball back to Aubrey Dew. Left corner 3 is short for the Deacons. Maggie Shorma an offensive rebound. Third look at the basket for the Deacons during this possession. Shorma, a high arcing 3 that comes up short. Rebound knocked out to the perimeter. They'll say last touched by Shanley and not touched by the Highlanders. It goes back to Valley City. Change will be made as Sam Hatcher will come out of the game, and we will see Greta Govan for the first time for Valley City. A 5'11 sophomore coming in for her first minutes of the night. Highlanders down 4-3 with a basketball. Potratz into the front court, has one hang on the hip a bit, has to go down and pick up a loose basketball. Finds Tessa Olson, now Greta Govan looking inside. Carly Govan was there, couldn't find the basketball. Egermont, now Carly Govan, the turn against Hakim, it won't go. And Hakim the rebound. Basketball out towards the near side for Fargo Shanley. Megan Dietz is in, a 6'1 freshman bringing the ball into the front court. Aubrey Dew into Hakim, one-on-one with Carly Govan, then kicks to Shorma, a little follow-up jump shot from about 5 feet. That one's strong. That's a good point-blank look for the Deacons that they miss, and Carly Govan has the rebound for the Highlanders. Highlanders back into the front court. Egermont kicking out near side. Greta Govan to Potratz trying to split the double team into Egermont, who's fouled, and Brooke Egermont finds her way to the foul line. Maybe Megan Dietz, who just checked in for the Deacons to pick up the foul. That will be who it goes against. Megan Dietz will have her first. That'll be number 2 against Fargo Shanley. And Brooke Egermont finds her way to the foul line, a 66% foul shooter throughout the course of the year. She runs down a line drive for her first, and that will tie the game at 4. Egermont's first scoring. Valley City looking for their first lead with 15 minutes to go here in the opening half. Another line drive foul shot, but it works. Brooke Egermont 2 of 2, and the Highlanders take a 5-4 lead over Fargo Shanley 3 minutes into the matchup. Shorman in the backcourt against some Highlander pressure, taking the ball back from Nora Roney. Sends it down to the baseline. A drive in by Dietz, shot block. Carly Govan blocked it. Brooke Egermont comes up with a take, and the Highlanders are back into the front court. Tessa Olson on to Potratz. Elbow. Egermont pulling up on the jump shot. It rolls off, and Shorma comes down with a rebound for Fargo Shanley. 5-4 in favor of the Highlanders. Deacons with the basketball. Shorma looking into the front court, finding Megan Dietz. A shuffle step towards the far sideline to the foul line from Meziku Hakim. Baseline Shorma from 15. That jumper short. Another good look for the Deacons that comes up empty. Rebound to Tessa Olsen, and the Highlanders are into the front court with the basketball, leading by 1. Egremont from 13 hits a jump shot. Her first field goal tonight, and the leading scorer for the Highlanders has 4 of their 7 early. It's 7-4 Valley City. More pressure from the Highlanders, but a trap doesn't materialize. Aubrey Dew runs the ball into the front court for Fargo Shanley. To the top, a 3 by Megan Dietz is empty off the front of the rim. Tessa Olsen, the long rebound out by the foul line. Up the floor, Greta Govin releasing and scoring in transition. First 2 for Greta Govin. Timeout Deacons as the Highlanders have scored 9 straight. 9-4 Valley City on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Timeout taken by Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. And this is Highlander basketball on the voice of the Valley and the voice of the Highlanders, KOVC.
Brothers 3 has the area's widest variety of classic and new ice fishing tackle at the lowest prices to give you the edge this year. Before heading out on the ice, stop in and get your live bait and tackle and fill your tank with the highest quality gas and diesel. Brothers 3 is your locally owned and operated convenience store. As always, Brothers 3 has the lowest prices in town on everything, from snacks and drinks to winter gear and propane and automotive supplies. Remember, it pays to shop at Brothers 3.
9-4 Valley City, a 9-0 run, spurred by a couple of foul shots from Brooke Egremont, a 3 by Drew Potratz. And since then, a field goal for Egremont, another for Greta Govin, and a Highlander transition bucket has pushed the lead to 5 as Fargo Shanley uses their first timeout of the night and tries to reorganize against some zone defense that the Highlanders have used fairly successfully. It's kept the Deacons away from shots that they'd like to take. Meziku Hakim out to Maggie Shorma. Right corner 3 is good. Maggie Shorma knocks down her first field goal of the night, and the lead is trimmed to 2 at 9-7 in favor of the Highlanders. Tessa Olsen sneaking a dribble up towards the middle of the floor to Drew Potratz on the near side. Back to Olsen on the right. Olsen will come back to Potratz on the left wing, taking a look at a zone that's a 2-1-2 for Fargo Shanley. Ball right side, Greta Govin. Tessa Olsen with a crossover dribble. Back to Egremont. Long-range jump shot. Trying to bank it home. Missed it strong. Aubrey Dew comes up with a rebound. Fargo Shanley 2-on-1. The kick to Meziku Hakim, and the game is tied. Dew running the floor. Hakim scores her first 2. 5 quick points for Fargo Shanley in succession out of their timeout, and they've tied the game at 9 apiece. Greta Govin to the top of the key. Tessa Olsen off to Potratz, left wing into the corner. Carly Govin, she'll drive and pull up from 10, missing. Shorma comes down with a board for Fargo Shanley, averaging 5.2 rebounds per game. She's had a big night rebounding so far, but a post-entry pass to Meziku Hakim is ripped down by Brooke Egremont, and the Highlanders will work back into the front court after a takeaway. 9-all on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Ball with Greta Govin in the right corner. Tessa Olsen to kick out near side. Potratz on the way for 3 again. That one off the heel of the rim. Big scramble for the rebound. Turns into a tie-up, I believe. Shorma got hands on it. Carly Govin did. Tessa Olsen ended up with the basketball. It'll be Highlander ball in the front court. And here comes Celie Stockmo for Fargo Shanley, a 6-foot junior. Comes in off the bench, averaging 8.7 points per game. We expected her to play off the bench, but she gives this team a very nice lift. The Highlanders sent Sam Hatcher back into the matchup, and Faith Peterson comes out for the first time as well. A 5'9 senior, and a 3 by Tessa Olsen from the right wing will give the lead back to Valley City. Tessa Olsen steps into a 3-point shot and scores her first field goal of the night. Inbounds play to Hakim, out of bounds, touched last by Meziku Hakim. The Highlanders brought some double-team pressure on it. That forced Hakim to reach over the top. She deflects it out of bounds, and Valley City will get the basketball back. 12-9 Highlanders with 12:05 to play until halftime. Olsen swinging to Greta Govin on the right side of the floor. She took a look to the corner for Faith Peterson, reverses to Olsen, left wing to Sam Hatcher. Court wide, Greta Govin steps in, draws a double team, hands off to Olsen, off the dribble, 3-point shot, knock it down again. Tessa Olsen with back-to-back threes. And the Highlanders lead by a score of 15-9. They've outscored the Deacons 15-5 since Shanley went up 4-0 to start the game. And now a takeaway. Stockmo towards Shorma, ripped away. Greta Govin, the takeaway breakaway basket. 4 for Greta Govin. The Highlanders lead by 8, a 3-possession margin at 17-9. Shanley's been shocked a little bit by the Highlander trapping pressure. They look like a team that did not prepare for this defense. Aubrey Dew looking into Sealy Stockmo in the post. A kick to the top. Shorma head fake. Looking left side for Dew. She's in the corner. Got hit by double team trap. Turns to Hakeem and now right side. Roney with a mid-range jumper. Missed it. Rebound to Hakeem on the right block. Out to the top. Shorma working left hard. Taking the lane from 6. Using the left hand and missing. Got over the top of Greta Govan. Carly Govan. But Govan had inside position to bring down the rebound. And the Highlanders can go up by 10 or 11 on this trip up the floor. Peterson right corner, reversing to Tess Olsen, the top of the key. Hatcher into the zone for Carly Govan against the 2-1-2. And then Govan turned and got the ball instinctively tied up. Just waiting for her to turn and face up was Nora Roney of Fargo Shanley. And Roney got her hands in to force the alternating arrow. Shanley's going to get the basketball back. Each team will make some changes. One-time starter Bryn McNeely is back in for the Deacons. And the Deacons will also send in Shayna Roach, a 5'9 senior who comes in off the bench for some minutes for Fargo Shanley. Drew Potratz is back in the game for Valley City, coming back in off the bench. On the right side, a turn by McNeely into the corner, working baseline, kick out to Roach. Now to the top of the key for Aubrey Dew. Stockmo right side to Hakeem from 18 strong. Rebounds on the floor. Dew reaches down to get it, sends it back to Hakeem, and the Deacons go back to work. The shot clock did not reset, and a post-entry pass is offline. Faith Peterson will take it back. The Deacons had to hurry when their shot didn't draw iron or reset the clock. Potratz is tripped up in the back court, but shovels the ball to Faith Peterson up front. And Valley City goes back to work, leading 17-9. 10 minutes to go in the opening half. Near side, Govan into Carly Govan. A turn, a kick out. Potratz for 3 again, hits it. 6 on a pair of threes for Drew Potratz. The Highlanders have hit 4 3-point shots early, and they force another takeaway. Potratz steps in front of a pass for Aubrey Dew. Then the ball's thrown away. It works back into the Highlander backcourt. Faith Peterson goes back to get it, and Valley City up front leading by 11, a score of 20-9 with 9:40 to play till halftime. Carly Govan head fake, take, count it, and 1. Carly Govan to the rack will score and has a chance at the bonus throw. The head fake drawing the defender. She scampers down the left side of the paint. And Fargo Shanley is in complete and utter disarray right now. The trapping pressure by Valley City three-quarters court has thrown them for a loop, and they just simply weren't expecting it. It's affected them offensively, and it's left them flat-footed defensively. And the Highlanders with some big momentum right now, leading by 13 with a convert pending here as Mezaku Hakeem picks up her second foul. Carly Govan knocks down the foul shot to give her 3, and it's a 14-point Highlander lead at 23-9. 9:35 to play in the opening half of basketball. Inbounds play comes in from Maggie Shorma, who's back out there. Hakeem is going to play with 2 fouls, which is very risky for Coach Jacobson and the Fargo Shanley Deacons right now. Top of the key, the ball with Bryn McNeely. She'll swing left side to Nora Roney and back to McNeely between the rings. Shorma, right side, fights off hands. Into Hakeem in the post against Egremont and scores. Mezaku Hakeem getting into the post, scoring her 4th, just going up strong against Egremont. Cuts the lead to 12 at 23-11. Top of the key, Tessa Olsen with a couple of threes, finding Potratz. Ball poked away from her, rolls into the backcourt. There's a race on for it. Potratz was able to save it, sent it out far side of the floor for Sam Hatcher. They're back up front with half the shot clock gone. Olsen near side to Potratz. Egremont head fake, driving. Could be the 3rd foul coming up against Mezaku Hakeem as Egremont got hit forehead style on her way down the lane, and that's going to be number 3 on Mezaku Hakeem. The leading scorer for Fargo Shanley has 3 fouls in the first 9 minutes and 8 seconds of the opening half. And here comes a 4th one as Hakeem was up against Faith Peterson inside. And Mezaku Hakeem will be lost until at least the second half, if not laid into it. And we have to wonder, Steve Jacobson, the head coach of Fargo Shanley, leaving Mezaku Hakeem in the game after a second. She's picked up 2 more as Faith Peterson will knock down the first free throw for the Highlanders and bring the lead back to 13 at 24-11. No idea what Coach Jacobson was thinking in that sequence, but he did it. Second foul shot is on the way and short. The rebound will come out to the near side of the floor. Bryn McNeely runs down a loose rebound, and now a foul coming up against Valley City. It'll keep the ball with Shanley. Sam Hatcher is going to pick up her first personal foul. That'll be the first foul of the game against Valley City. You know, if you're head coach Jacobson, even if you disagree with the fouls that were called against you or not called against Valley City, you've got to preserve Meziku Hakim's minutes. You can't let her get her fourth foul in the first 9 minutes of the opening half of play. And a ball knocked away from Maggie Shorma on a post-entry pass. Sam Hatcher picks it up. Highlanders back into the front court. A pass down low is deflected, intended for Hadley Thorson. The Deacons knocked it off the backboard. Shorma running the floor the other way, and we'll see a hand check coming up against Valley City, as now things will get a little touchy after Meziku Hakim picked up her fourth. Hadley Thorson checking in for Valley City, a 5'8 junior coming into a forward position. The lead is 13 for Shanley at 24-11 with 8:20 to play in the opening half. Shorma looking down low. New post player for the Deacons, dribbled off her foot and lost the basketball. That post player is Carly Holstein, a 6'1 freshman. Doesn't get a ton of minutes, and in that case, she turns it over. Egermont inside, kicking out. Olsen to Potratz on the top of the key, off to Hatcher on the right side of the floor. Hatcher swings back to Potratz. Tessa Olsen, left side, driving baseline, shot blocked, and it goes loose and out of bounds. I think this was touched up last by Shanley. It'll stay Highlander basketball. Under 8 to play until halftime. Tessa Olsen will inbound the basketball. They line up 4-stack on the left side of the paint in front of her. Olsen swings top to Egermont. Potratz, Olsen, head fake for a 3 out of the corner, drawing defense. Potratz will send it into Egermont. It's broken up, but comes back to Olsen on the perimeter. Now Egermont back out. Tessa Olsen catch and shoot with 1 on the shot clock. Missed the shot. Rebound to Maggie Shorma, reaching up and over Hadley Thorson for the ball. And the Deacons work back to the direction, trailing by 13. Ball on the right side for Noah Roney. Swung to Shorma. Pull up for 3 on the left wing. She hits it. Maggie Shorma, her second triple tonight. And the Highlander lead has been cut to 10 at 24-14. Again, if you missed it, Meziku Hakim, leading scorer for the Deacons, picked up her fourth foul just a little over 9 minutes into the first half of this game. She's currently bench-ridden, but the Deacons trying to come back from a 14-point deficit without her on the floor right now. Shorma loading up for another 3. That one's off the glass, but an offensive board, stick back for Holstein. She'll score and go to the foul line as she picks up a foul against a Highlander inside. Hadley Thorson will pick this one up. That'll be her second personal foul. And we will see Maggie Shorma, Carly Holstein, the 6'1 freshman that just popped in a couple of moments ago, going to the stripe for the Fargo Shanley Deacons. Sam Hatcher steps off. Hadley Thorson steps off. We'll see Carly Govan back on the floor. And I believe Greta Govan also returned into the game for Valley City. And the bonus foul shot for Holstein is no good. Carly Govan comes up with a rebound for Valley City. 24-16. The Highlander 14-point lead has been cut to 8. Top of the key, Greta Govan for the Highlanders. A stop for Potratz. Tessa Olsen taking a look in. Back off to the right side for Greta Govan. Potratz in the right corner, taking the dribble down to the baseline. Got cut off there, tried to wrap it around, and Aubrey Dew stepped in front of the pass. Here comes Fargo Shanley 3-on-3. Dew a stop, a look down low for Shorman, knocked out of bounds by Brooke Egermont. It'll stay Fargo Shanley basketball. Change is made. Sam Hatcher will come back into the matchup for Valley City. She'll replace Drew Potratz in the Highlander lineup. Inbounds pass will come in from Maggie Shorma. Left side to Roney, back to Shorma, catch and shoot, left corner 3. There it is again. Maggie Shorma's hit 9 on 3 triples, and the 14-point lead has been cut to 5. It's 24-19 in favor of Valley City, and all this with Meziku Hakim on the bench right now for the Deacons with those 4 fouls. Carly Govan to Greta Govan in the corner. Turn back to Carly Govan, top of the key. Tessa Olsen taking a look off the right side. Greta Govan on top. Carly Govan left corner. Post-entry pass knocked away. The Deacons have stiffened up defensively, forcing turnover after Highlander turnover. Fargo Shanley's back in the front court. Shorma hit by double-team ball pressure. Bounces it back to McNeely on the wing, who will also be hit by some double-team pressure. She steps back, kicks to Aubrey Dew. 3-point shot left wing, rims in and out. Rebound deflected around the paint. Sam Hatcher ties it up on the floor with Bryn McNeely. Alternating arrows going to favor Valley City, and we'll see a timeout taken by the Highlanders. Well, Shanley gets their 4th foul on Meziku Hakim and then starts cutting into the Highlander lead, and it's 24-19 Highlanders on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Timeout for Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. This is Highlander basketball on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Beef it up with an order of locally fed and grown beef from Valley Meat Supply in Valley City. Order by the front side or hind. It's all cut, wrapped, and sharp frozen. Valley Meat also has hogs, half or whole, and check their meat cases for a large selection of fresh meats and sausages. They slaughter every Tuesday and Thursday. Call 845-4705 or 800-752-5142. Load up your freezer now with the best beef or pork from Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City.
Welcome back to the Highlander Activity Center. 5:57 left to go until halftime. And the Highlanders holding on to a 5-point lead after leading by a score of 23-9. The Highlanders now lead by 5 at 24-19. Valley City had the big run to get that lead built up after they fell behind 4-0. They basically scored 23 of the next 28 points, but now have seen that lead dwindle from 14-5. They have the basketball following their first time out of the night. Tessa Olsen to stop. The ball pressure is really cranked up for Fargo Shanley. Inside Egremont, turn, fall away, missed off the heel. Good setup, turned to her left hand, but couldn't quite finish the shot. And the rebound to Maggie Shorma for Fargo Shanley. Aubrey Dew into the front court for the Deacons. Back to Bryn McNeely on between the rings. Near side, Nora Roney taking a look towards the corner, wraps it around, trying to find, I believe, Carly Holstein inside. Yes, Holstein came back out in the post during the timeout. Ball ends up out of bounds. It'll go back to Valley City on a turnover against the Deacons. And a change will be made as Faith Peterson will come back into the lineup for Valley City. Tess Olsen walking the basketball up towards the stripe, looking to come back right side. She finds Greta Govan. Govan out to the top of the key. Faith Peterson looking to poke one down low to Carly Govan. Count it and one. Carly Govan scoring, and she was fouled again. With Carly Govan, you've seen the game step up throughout the course of the year. She's had the size, and she's had the ability to move around players inside, but you're seeing those shots go down. That ability to anticipate the contact and finish those shots has really picked up for Carly Govan, and it's been a nice thing to see. Good improvement in her game. She leaves the foul shot empty on the season. Govan just a 56% foul shooter coming into the night. 27-48, so she'll look to pick that up throughout the course as well. But the bucket rebuilds a 7-point Highlander lead at 26-19. A drive and a pull-up by Maggie Shorman, a mid-range jumper. She missed it. Tessa Olsen has the rebound on the weak side. Highlanders leading by 7, under 5 to play until halftime. Sam Hatcher to the left side for Greta Govan. Down to Carly, too strong. Holstein picks off the pass on the weak side for the Deacons. Sends it out to Bryn McNeely. A takeaway by Shanley. They're back into the front court, and Noah Roney with a mid-range jump shot on the baseline. That's no good. Carly Govan ties up the rebound with Carly Holstein of Fargo Shanley. This time the arrow is going to favor the Deacons. Sealy Stockmo is back into the matchup for Shanley, as is Shayna Roach. And the Deacons will inbound in the front court, trailing the Highlanders by 7. Inbounds pass to come in from beyond the baseline. Maggie Shorma sends it out to the top of the key. McNeely jab stepping towards her right foot. Works down towards the right corner. Head fake out of the corner for Nora Roney. Stockmo turning against double team. Left one off the glass a bit strong, and Carly Govan comes down with a rebound for Valley City. Tess Olsen on the right side for the Highlanders. Valley City back into the front court. Olsen working left, kick out. 3 on the way by Faith Peterson, short off the front of the rim. Greta Govan saw the rebound coming, runs it down on a loose basketball. Back to work. Carly Govan inside, turn from 15 feet, flat off the heel of the rim, and a rebound foul coming up as Tessa Olsen got into the back of Bryn McNeely. Tessa Olsen will have her first personal foul. That'll be number 4 against Valley City with 4:10 to play until halftime. Maggie Shorma to inbound the basketball. Looking out towards the left side of the floor, she finds Shayna Roach. Back to Shorma. Roach again against some 1-2-2 trapping pressure. Carly Govan comes over to close off a passing lane in front of Bryn McNeely and knocks the ball out of bounds. That was the trap the Highlanders were looking to spring, but Shanley will keep the basketball. And now the defense will get back and relax into the backcourt, but just a bit. McNeely takes the inbounds pass, goes to the high post for Shorman. She drew an immediate double team, but there will be a reach-in foul against Valley City. Check the call here. Sam Hatcher is going to pick up her second. That'll be number 5 against Valley City with 3:58 to go. Greta Govan will come out of the matchup and head to the sideline. And Maggie Shorma will inbound the basketball for Fargo Shanley. Shorma taking a look, loads up out towards the near side of the floor, finding Bryn McNeely. Left side of the floor for Roney. Roney sends it back to Shayna Roach on the wing. Back to Roney. Top of the key. McNeely steps up foul line. Leaves one down low to Sealy Stockmo. Backing up. Missing off the backboard. Got her own miss. Turns back into pressure. Tessa Olsen ripped it loose. And the ball works back to Carly Govan. So Stockmo working hard for a shot inside. But the Highlander defense stayed with her. And the Highlanders continue to lead by 7 at 26-19. 3.5 to play until halftime. Govan near side to Sam Hatcher. Hatcher stepping out in the wing, drawing the defense for Maggie Shorma. Hatcher hard take to the basket, got one up, missed it. There was a bump in there as well. Rebound ends up out of bounds off of the Deacons. and Valley City will get the basketball back. A little bit of contact on the body that they let go. They've let a little bit of body contact go tonight. They've been tight on the arms so far. Carly Govan a stop. Turning back to Drew Potratz at the top of the key. Ball poked loose. Loose basketball to Bryn McNeely. She's got a step, goes to the races with the left hand. Misses a layup, but a rebound's poked out of bounds by Tessa Olsen. You could see that McNeely wasn't comfortable with the way she was going to the basket. Shifted hands on the basketball from one to the other before trying the layup, and just kind of a recipe for non-success at that moment. Inbounds pass from Maggie Shorma out to Bryn McNeely on the top of the key. Shorma right side, head faking on a three. Turns it out towards the left. Head fake out of that left corner by Shayna Roach. A turn back to the top. Was knocked away from Nora Roney, but it was rescued, and now a catch-and-shoot three for Shorma that's no good. Stockmo, an offensive rebound. She can't score, but will go to the foul line. Sealy Stockmo hit in the act by a Highlander down low. Faith Peterson will be the guilty party. First on Faith Peterson. That will put both teams in the penalty for the remainder of the opening half. Sealy Stockmo is a 75% foul shooter. Nothing but net on her first effort tonight. And the Highlander lead is cut back to 6 at 26-20. Greta Govan back in the lineup, replacing Sam Hatcher. Govan's kind of a two-way player. She can play a forward spot or back at the guard position. Stockmo's second, also good. 2 of 2, very coolly and calmly for Sealy Stockmo. Lead cut back to 5, 26-21. Under 3 to play in the opening half. Ball left side, Faith Peterson off a screen. Greta Govan. Govan taking a look. Potratz comes out top of the key. Head fake and drive. Ran into bodies. Ball's on the floor. It's tied up. Highlanders will keep it on the alternating arrow. Potratz didn't really have a window to drive through there. She kind of tried to create one, and that gave the Deacons an opportunity to pick up what was kind of a loose basketball at that point. Carly Govan out, and we'll see Tessa Olsen return. Correction, Brooke Egermont will return. She takes an inbounds pass, drives in on the baseline, has a shot knocked out of bounds. They're going to say off of her as it was hit and then sent out of bounds by Egermont on the jump shot. So Egermont denied an opportunity inside. Fargo Shanley will have the basketball with a 5-point deficit staring them in the face at 26-21 from the Highlanders. More backcourt pressure by Valley City. Shorma had it, lost it. That could have been a double dribble. Crowd wants it, won't get it. Ball on the right side of the floor, Nora Roney into Sealy Stockmo, taken away. Faith Peterson kind of baited her in that post-entry pass, then went up and got it. Good takeaway by the Highlanders, and ball back into the front court with Tessa Olsen for Valley City. Faith Peterson, right side to Potratz, taking a look down low. Back to the top, Olsen stopping in the lane. Turning back to Faith Peterson, couple of jab steps. Olsen on top, Greta Govan, right side of the floor to Potratz. Shot clock 10 seconds. Potratz a stop and a look. She's tied up in the corner, needs to get rid of it. Peterson comes over for a handoff, then dribbled off her foot out of bounds. And the Highlanders never really got a chance to go after the basket in that possession. Peterson will step off, and we'll see Carly Govan return for the Highlanders with now under 2 minutes to play until halftime. 26-21 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Valley City leading by 5. They've led by as many as 14. The Deacons into the front court. Ball with Bryn McNeely to the right side of the floor. This is taken up on the wing by Nora Roney. She wants a screen from Stockmo. Off towards the left corner. McNeely head fake baseline move. Pulls up from 12 off the dribble in the mid-range and missed it. Keep in mind all of this going on with Meziku Hakeem on the bench for Fargo Shanley. The leading scorer, probably best athlete for the Deacons, picked up 4 fouls in the first 9.5 minutes of the opening half of basketball and was sent to the bench and will have limited minutes even to start the second half of play. So the Deacons trying to scrape their way back into this without one of their main weapons. Ball on the right side of the floor, Govan to Tessa Olsen out in the right corner high between the time stripe and sideline. Olsen again to Greta Govan, top of the key, Egermont, ball faking on a 3, draw Stockmo, kicks to Potratz, 3-point shot, yes! Drew Potratz stepping into a 3. She's got the 5th for the Highlanders tonight, her 3rd. And it's an 8-point lead for Valley City, 29-21. Egermont knocks a ball loose on the transition of the floor. Bryn McNeely able to rescue it for Fargo Shanley, curls away from pressure. Left side, Roney from 17 is no good. Good box out on top by Greta Govan, and a foul coming up as Govan was hitting the act. Greta Govan got way out on the perimeter, threw a body into a Deacon to make sure that there was no chance to run down that loose basketball, and that's a really headsy play. Maggie Shorma will pick up the foul for Fargo Shanley. The Deacons will make some changes. Carly Holstein back in for Sealy Stockmo, and Aubrey Dew will come on for Bryn McNeely. Greta Govan shooting the 1-for-1 penalty with a chance to give the Highlanders a double-figure lead back, currently leading by 8. Greta Govan's first is good. You go back to that rebound for Greta Govan, and that just shows you the basketball IQ for a sophomore with size out there. But she saw a rebound coming strong, and she ran down a body and blocked out extremely well. And you can't teach those kinds of skills. Those are things that you just have an instinctive read for the basketball at that point. And Greta now with 6 as she hits both ends of the foul situation. It's 31-21. Valley City back up by 10. And another throwaway after a trap in the far corner. Tessa Olsen steps in front of a ball. Had it knocked loose, however, and Aubrey Dew will clear it. Here come the Deacons on the break. Nora Roney a stop on the right side. Back to Dew on the wing. Dew will reverse it back top for Shorma. To the left side, Holstein steps into a 3 and missed it off the heel of the rim. Rebound, Tessa Olsen. The shot clock will be turned off. Valley City with a 10-point lead, looking to tack on before the teams go to the intermission. Tess Olsen now between the rings, working right side. Drives, draws a double team, finger roll layup, went all the way to the rack, missed it. Carly Govan fights for the board and scores. Carly Govan inside, kept the hands working. She comes down with her 7th point. Down to 2 seconds left of the opening half. The Deacons will not get a shot away, and what a first half for Valley City. The Highlanders with their trapping pressure catch the Deacons completely off guard and draw 4 fouls against their leading scorer, Meziku Hakim. And the Highlanders use it to take a 12-point lead as we go to the locker rooms at the end of the opening half. Your score in the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard is the Highlanders 33 and the Deacons 21. We'll come back with your halftime numbers in a couple of moments, so do stay with us. This is Highlander basketball on the voice of the Highlanders and the voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout at CPA 701-845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member FINRA and SIPC.
Ivy Real Estate Group, your locally owned real estate brokerage, is cheering for the home team. Listen to KOVC for the Ivy Real Estate Group Player of the Game following every Valley City Highliner and VCSU Vikings game.
Don't leave your wiring to chance. Plug into your #1 electrical source, Highline Electric. They're the experts in residential, commercial, and industrial electrical work. No cutting corners at Highline Electric. Call 845-0731. They'll give you a free estimate before any work is done. Family owned since 1986 with Chad and Tracy Zahn. And I promise, the price won't shock you. Highline Electric in Valley City. Call 845-0731. Building a reputation of integrity and quality.
No matter where you live, you should have access to high-quality health care. Jamestown Regional Medical Center's orthopedic and sports medicine team offers care for hips, shoulders, knees, and toes. When an injury occurs, teams need care quickly. That's why the JRMC orthopedic team promises same-day and next-day appointments. Schedule direct at jrmcnd.com or call 952-4878.
Jamestown Regional Medical Center will never stop building for you.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
This is Amy Heim, nurse practitioner with Sanford Health. Well child checks are important visits for children of every age. Yearly well child checks are recommended for children 3 and older and more frequently for those younger than 3. It is at these visits that growth, development, and preventative care are addressed in an effort to keep children as healthy as possible. Recommended immunizations are also discussed and provided at these visits. Call 742-3267 to schedule at your local Sanford Health Clinic in Ellendale, Foreman, Gwinner, Lemoore, Lisbon, or Oaks.
We welcome you back to the Highlander Activity Center, where we've reached halftime this evening. Valley City with a couple of big developments going their direction, some outside shooting that heated up at just the right times, but some really big foul trouble for Fargo Shanley that has put them in a bind going into the second half. And the Highlanders lead by a score of 33-21 over Fargo Shanley. As we welcome you back to Eastern Dakota Conference basketball tonight, the Highlanders looking for their second win in the league. Fargo Shanley trying to pull to even in the Eastern Dakota Conference as they come in at 3-4. But the Highlanders with a 12-point lead again, in part because of their hot shooting and great defense, and in part because Fargo Shanley did not keep themselves out of foul trouble in that first half. Let's take a look at that first half summary that we have for you this evening. The first really big problem that hit Fargo Shanley tonight was some double-team Paul pressure from the Highlander defense that Shanley was completely unprepared for, and you could tell that they were unprepared for it. The Highlanders began to trap around the perimeter. They started it right around half line, but they did not quit on the trap. Even when Shanley got into the front court, they kept double teaming the basketball, forced a ton of turnovers from Shanley in the opening half that limited what the Deacons to do offensively. Then you saw the second foul for Meziku Hakim come early in the second half, rather in the first half. She picked up her third with 8:58 to play in the second, or actually in the first half. So she's got 3 fouls at the 9:02 mark, and on the ensuing inbounds play, she picked up her fourth. Now, I didn't see the exact time of that fourth foul, but it's clearly within the first 9 minutes and 30 seconds of the opening half, and that's the leading scorer for Fargo Shanley. So she went to the bench and didn't play nearly half of the opening half, and what will happen going further, she won't be able to play a ton of minutes in the second half either. She certainly won't start it, you wouldn't think. One more foul and her game is over, so that's going to put Shanley in a bit of a tough situation as far as trying to figure out a lineup that's going to be consistent on the course tonight. But Maggie Shorma stepped back, hit 3 threes for the Deacons. They cut the lead to 5. However, Drew Potrat's couple of big threes. Tessa Olson hit one as well. The Highlanders had 5 3-point shots go down, and then Carly Govin, a couple of big hoops and harms. Greta Govin with 6 in the opening half. Some really nice scoring for Valley City as they flex some muscle inside, and they have a 33-21 lead at the intermission. Individual numbers that we have for tonight. For Fargo Shanley, Maggie Shorma with 9 on 3 threes, 4 each for Aubrey Dew and Meziku Hakim before she left with foul trouble. Carly Holstein and Celie Stockmo each added 2 for the Deacons. For Valley City, Drew Potratz with 3 threes. She has 9. Carly Govin with 7. Greta Govin, Tessa Olson each with 6, including 2 threes for Tessa Olson. Brooke Egermont with 4 and a single for Faith Peterson on 1 of 2 shooting. And again, at the break, your score is 33-21. Fargo Shanley trailing Valley City by a dozen tonight here at the Highlander Activity Center as we get ready for second half basketball. Right now, they've got the Little Liners that are out there, that weekend basketball program for the boys and the girls. They're playing a little exhibition-style basketball here tonight and entertaining the hometown crowd. We've got a boys doubleheader coming up. We'll preview that one when we get back with more. Right now, it's a 12-point lead for Valley City in girls play, 33-21. This is Highlander basketball, the voice of the Highlanders and the voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, your community Health Mart pharmacy, is here to serve your healthcare needs. During the month of January, take 10% off all Health Mart and Sunmark products. The flu and cold season has hit us hard. For all your healthcare needs and prescriptions, see your trusted healthcare resource, Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, downtown Valley City, where they know you by name. Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Ivy Real Estate Group, your locally owned real estate brokerage, is cheering for the home team. Listen to KOVC for the Ivy Real Estate Group Player of the Game following every Valley City Highliner and VCSU Vikings game.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
This is Hannah Wieland, a freshman at Valley City State University. The V500 scholarship members' generosity and commitment is exactly the kind of community involvement we need to keep VCSU going strong. The many scholarships provided are a testament to the support of the alumni, family, and friends of VCSU. Please keep expanding the opportunities available to enhance the lives of the next generation and make a difference for attracting future Vikings by supporting scholarships online at give.vcsu.edu or by calling the VCSU Foundation.
You need a building, and you need it now. Look into Winkler Structures, available at Smith Lumber Company in Valley City. From a quick build utility to bigger dome structures for cattle, machinery, or hay storage, Winkler Structures are designed for strength and security with their no-compromise fabric and high-strength structural steel. These buildings have stood the test of time for today's cost-conscious customer. Customize your Winkler structure at Smith Lumber Company, East Main, Valley City. Call 845-2135. Beef it up with an order of locally fed and grown beef from Valley Meat Supply in Valley City. Order by the front, side, or hind. It's all cut, wrapped, and sharp frozen. Valley Meat also has hogs, half or whole, and check their meat cases for a large selection of fresh meats and sausages. They slaughter every Tuesday and Thursday. Call 845-4705 or 800-752-5142. Load up your freezer now with the best beef or pork from Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City.
We get ready for the second half of basketball between the Highlander girls and Fargo Shanley, with the Highlanders leading by a score of 33-21 here at the intermission. And the second half of our doubleheader tonight will be the boys' half of our doubleheader. We'll obviously get going late. We were scheduled for a 7:30 start for that one, and it's 7 o'clock already. We got going tonight with varsity basketball a little bit late, but the Highlander boys, looking for their first win in the EDC, will take on a Shanley team that is 2-5 in the league coming into this one tonight. So again, a matchup coming up next involving the boys. We'll have it for you. We'll get going with pregame coverage about 5 or 10 minutes before the start of that one, and then of course the tip-off will come up probably around 8 o'clock. I would guess something along those lines. Stay with us for that coming up on KOVC tonight. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Highlander basketball on the Voice of the Valley.
This is 1490 KOVC AM Valley City and 96.3 K242CZ Valley City.
The Voice of the Valley.
Ryan Cunningham with you tonight. We get ready for the second half. Fargo Shanley will have the basketball to get started. Maggie Shorma looking to inbound to Bryn McNeely. McNeely will step into the front court, draws the double team immediately. Back to Shorma, driving in, foul line, pull-up jumper off the dribble. That won't fall. Meziku Hakim is not in the lineup for the Deacons, as expected, with that fourth foul still on the bench. Highlanders into the front court, leading by a dozen. A turn by Egermont, a kick out. Sam Hatcher's left alone for three. That trickles off the front. Aubrey Dew comes up with the basketball and a rebound for Fargo Shanley. Deacons trying to get back into the front court. A stop. Nora Roney takes a look inside. Carly Holstein curls around a defender. Kicks to Aubrey Dew. Head fake pull up from 15 feet. Aubrey Dew will find a way to get on the scoreboard again. Dew has 6. The Highlander lead trimmed to 10 at 33-23 after 40 seconds of some pretty good pace to start this second half of basketball. Tessa Olsen out to the top. Drew Potratz looking left. Backdoor cut. Hatcher got inside in the post but got the ball tied up. Brooke Egermont got it, and a whistle and a foul against Fargo Shanley. The Deacons were lobbying for a travel on Sam Hatcher's baseline cut. Instead, there will be a foul against Nora Roney. Roney has her first, and that'll be team foul number 1 against Fargo Shanley. And the Highlanders will inbound with 17:07 remaining in the second half. Inbounds pass will come in from Tessa Olsen. Sam Hatcher catch and shoot 3 off the inbounds play, left it short, and the rebound underneath to Maggie Shorma for Fargo Shanley. Deacons can cut this lead under double figures. They go up the floor quickly. Roney taking a look in for Holstein. Whistle, wave off the shot, foul on the floor. Holstein scored. Carly Govan hit the deck coming over to try to front that post-entry pass, and she's going to be called for the foul. Govan's first. That'll be the first coming up against Valley City in the second half. Maggie Shorma will inbound the basketball. Holstein out to the top for Aubrey Dew. Back to Shorma in the left corner. Dew on top, left alone momentarily. Steps up to the top of the key. Sends it out to the right for Bryn McNeely. Back to Dew. Catch and shoot 3 right corners off the heel. And a rebound to Carly Govan for Valley City. Highlanders still looking for their first points of the second half, but they lead by 10 at 33-23. Hatcher looking inside. Egermont backing, turning to her left hand. High bank shot that won't fall. Aubrey Dew, the board stripped by Sam Hatcher. The Highlanders come away with possession. Tessa Olson will send it back to Sam Hatcher, who waits up. Both Egermont and Carly Govan had gotten back into the Highlander backcourt, expecting to get back defensively after the take by the Deacons. Underneath Sam Hatcher, backdoor cut. It was open with the pass off line. Loose ball to Bryn McNeely for Fargo Shanley, and the Deacons will come up the floor on a takeaway. Stop left corner, Aubrey Dew in the baseline, into Maggie Shorma, who was fouled from behind by Sam Hatcher. We'll check to make sure that it's Hatcher's foul, but it will be. Sam Hatcher will pick up her third. And with 16:05 left of the second half, the Highlanders will make some changes as Brooke Egermont and Sam Hatcher will sit. Greta Govan back in quickly. Faith Peterson comes in off the bench as well for Valley City. Shorma loads up, top of the key, able to find Bryn McNeely, who catches over the shoulder. McNeely working right side. Shorma pull up for three from the right wing. Rattles in and out. Rebound deflected out of bounds. Going to be Deacon basketball. Or is it? A couple of officials are going to get together. That looked like it was off of Faith Peterson. And it's going to be Shanley basketball. Official on the far side of the floor steps in and confers with Mark Gubrud, one of our officials tonight, and the two of them get together, and they got the call right. That was a ball going back to Shanley, and sometimes it just matters that you get it right. Aubrey Dew running down a loose basketball. That was a backcourt violation, however, against the Deacons, and that call was not made. Near side, Dew looking back to the top of the key. A drive in by McNeely and out to Nora Roney, and a three ends up empty underneath as it's an air ball rebound pulled down by Tessa Olson playing catch. Highlanders into the front court. Potrats with their team leading by 10, 33-23. Highlanders haven't scored yet. Carly Govan inside will go to the foul line, attempting to do so as Maggie Shorma gets a hand up and looks to be called for a foul. Maggie Shorma will pick up her second, and Carly Govan goes to the foul line. She's got 7 points tonight. One of two efforts so far from the stripe. First one here for the lefty is good. That will give her 8. Carly Govan is a 56% foul shooter coming into the night, 27 of 48 as far as the numbers go. Second one here is no good, so right around that 50% mark so far tonight as well. 2 of 4. The lead back to 11 at 34-23 in favor of Valley City. And now another takeaway or near takeaway. Greta Govan stepped in front of a basketball. They reset the shot clock. They've got to get a little better at that down there. And now Carly Govan jumps in front of a ball. That had not yet become a Highlander possession. And they reset the shot clock, kind of gave Shanley an extra opportunity, but Valley City ends up forcing a turnover anyway and comes into the front court. Peterson down low to Govan, turning, drawing the double team, missing a fall-away jump shot. Aubrey Dew, the rebound for Shanley, turns it out to the near side for Bryn McNeely. McNeely into the front court for the Deacons, a stop in the corner, kicks to the foul line. Maggie Shorma, jump shot missed. Carly Govan uncontested for the rebound inside, and the Highlanders work back to the way. Still Valley City held to just 1 point in the first 3 minutes and change of the second half, and a pass down to Govan ends up offline, perhaps deflected by Shorma. That's the call, and Valley City will keep it in the front court. Shayna Roach comes back into the game, replacing Aubrey Dew. Sealy Stockmo will also report. She'll go in for Carly Holstein. Of course, right now, head coach Steve Jacobson having to run through his options as to when you will see 4 fouls from Meziku Hakim come back into the game. Their leading player, Drew Potrats for 3, rims in and out. She had a good look. Greta Govan, another loose ball rebound. Greta's been very good on that front tonight. Carly Govan drawing a double team. Bounce pass out to Potrats on the left wing. A stop. Back to the far side. Tess Olson just inside the arc on a mid-range jump shot. Missed that one in the rebound to Bryn McNeely out of the foul line for Fargo Shanley. Deacons up front, 34-23 your score on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Shorma on top, looking near side. A head fake and a kick back to the foul line for McNeely. She drives into Stockmo. Finger roll for Sealy Stockmo. Her first field goal of the second half. And the Deacons have cut the lead under 10. It's now 34-25. Fargo Shanley back within 9 as Stockmo comes up with a bit of a high-low game. Tessa Olson down low to Govan. She'll turn. Misses with that left hand on the right side of the hoop. Got to try to finish that one with the right hand at times, but comes up a bit strong, and Fargo Shanley comes away with the basketball. They can cut it to 7, maybe 6. They go looking for Stockmo. Post-entry pass is knocked away loose, saved in bounds by the Deacons, but Greta Govan's around another loose basketball. The sophomore for Valley City off the bench has played tremendously for Valley City tonight. Faith Peterson driving baseline, and Seeley Stockmo will pick up a blocking foul. Be the first on Seeley Stockmo of Fargo Shanley. Clock halts with 13:19 left of the second. Brooke Egremont, Sam Hatcher back in. Drew Potratz and Carly Govan will step off. We're not seeing a lot of both Carly Govan and Brooke Egremont playing together in the second half for Valley City. Inbounds pass to Hatcher in the right corner. Stop. Faith Peterson looking top of the key. Tessa Olson catch and shoot three is short. Rebound deflected out towards the perimeter and run down by, I believe, Roney. It was Nora Roney for Fargo Shanley. Maggie Shorma front court for the Deacons. Reverses top of the key. Shayna Roach back into the corner for Roney. That's poked out of bounds by Tessa Olson of the Highlanders. It'll stay Fargo Shanley basketball. Kind of a ragged second half as well. We haven't had a lot of momentum so far. We played just about 4 minutes, actually 5 minutes in a second now. Ball to the right corner. They look for Stockmo to post entry. Reverse layup for Stockmo was missed, and a rebound to Sam Hatcher for Valley City. Highlanders still leading by 9, 34-25. Valley City's been held to 1 point in the first 5.5 minutes of the second half. Egremont inside, drawing a crowd in the post. Ball deflected out towards Greta Govan. She starts down the sideline, reverses to Faith Peterson out to the left side for Sam Hatcher. Into Egremont again, drawing a double and then triple team, and that ties up the basketball. Arrow will stay with Valley City. They had success, did the Highlanders, in the first half when they were using Egremont in the high post out on the foul line, and she's tried to play back to the basket since then, and it hasn't quite been as effective. Here's an 18-foot jumper from Egremont that won't fall down, and Stockmo comes up with a rebound for Fargo Shanley. 12.5 to play. Still a 9-point lead for Valley City. Shorma into the right corner. Give and go. She'll get it back inside for Nora Roney, and Shorma spinning into a jump shot, ends up taking a bump, and that has Steve Jacobson up off the bench wanting a foul that he won't get. Faith Peterson front court for Valley City. Hatcher on the top of the key. Looking left side, Tess Olson. Baseline drive. Goes reverse in the layup. Missed everything. And Stockmo comes up with a rebound for Fargo Shanley. 6 minutes gone by. Still a 9-point lead for the Highlanders, but they've scored only 1 point in the second half. This is where not having Meziku Hakim in the game really hurts. Greta Govan forces another turnover. Govan's on the breakaway. Finger roll for the sophomore will score. 8 points for Greta Govan on a takeaway breakaway bucket. The first field goal of the second half, and it comes with 11:40 to play. But the Highlanders are back up 36-25. Stockmo inside will draw a foul coming from Faith Peterson as Stockmo got position inside and takes the bump. Faith Peterson will be called for her second foul. Team foul number 3 against the Highlanders. A change made as Greta Govan, I think, was set to come out of the game in favor of Drew Potratz, but they're going to force Potratz back to the table before the change. Stockmo with her first foul shot rolls in. Stockmo with 5. Lead cut to 10 again at 36-26. Aubrey Dew back in for the Deacons, and Megan Dietz will return as well. Drew Potratz does return for Valley City. Second foul shot for Stockmo is good. She's 4 of 4 from the foul line tonight. Lead cut to 9 again, 36-27. The Highlanders held to 1 field goal through 6.5 minutes of the second half of basketball. Tess Olson driving left with a between-the-legs dribble. A stop and a look back at Sam Hatcher. Sets a screen. Hatcher to the elbow for Egremont. Too strong. They brought Egremont back out to the high post, but the pass was offline. Megan Dietz with a loose basketball for Shanley to the left corner. They're able to find Aubrey Dew. Reversal of Bryn McNeely. Back to Dew in the left corner. Thought about Stockmo. Goes down there. Foul against Egremont. Brooke Egremont trying to stand tall in the post and deny the entry. Will be called for her first. Hadley Thorson steps back into the game for the Highlanders. She'll replace Faith Peterson, I believe. Carly Govan comes in. Actually, Carly will replace Tessa Olson. Hadley Thorson's going to replace Faith Peterson. There was some confusion for a moment. And now the Highlanders will re-inbound the Deacons will re-inbound the basketball. It comes in on the near side of the floor for Stockmo. Bryn McNeely off the dribble, pulls the trigger for 3 and knocks one down. Bryn McNeely with her first scoring tonight, averaging 5 points a game. Not a big score, but that's a big basket. Makes it a 2-possession game at 36-30. After the Highlanders took a 14-point lead at 23-9, it's been cut to as few as 5, but no fewer than that. Brooke Egremont driving in, had a shot block, got her own miss, forces up another and missed it, and a rebound poked out of her hands. It's loose on the floor. It'll be run down on the near side of the floor for Fargo Shanley by Megan Dietz, and we'll see a ball poked out of bounds by the Highlanders on the return and the Deacons will keep it. A chance for the Deacons to cut the lead to 4, possibly a one-possession game if they get a 3-point play on this trip up the floor. Right side, Shayna Roach back out on top, McNeely. To the left corner, a catch-and-shoot 3 is good out of the left corner for Megan Dietz. Second triple to go down for the Deacons, and the Deacons are within 3 at 36-33 on a 12-3 run to start the second half of basketball against the Highlanders. Govan following inside, missing off the heel of the rim. Loose basketball to Shayna Roach for Fargo Shanley. They can pull to within 1 or tie on this trip up the floor. Right side, it's Dietz looking into the corner for Aubrey Dew against pressure. Top of the key, McNeely, she dragged the pivot foot. Travel coming up. Her post entry knocked away by Hadley Thorson anyway, but the ball goes back to Valley City on the turnover. And we'll see the return of Maggie Shorma for the Deacons. And a timeout will be taken by Valley City, and they could use one. 9:51 left of the second half. New score on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard, 36-33, Valley City over Fargo Shanley. Timeout for Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. This is Highlander basketball on the voice of the Valley and the voice of the Highlanders, KOVC.
At Bank Forward, we focus on building relationships. Hi, I'm Kara Weeb with Bank Forward in Valley City. Whether it's opening a checking account, saving for college, or starting your own business, Bank Forward is the bank big enough to help, but we're small enough to know your name. Call 845-1220 or visit bankforward.com today. Striving to be the bank that defines customer service since 1927. It's simply the Forward way. Bank Forward, member FDIC.
Now is the time, now is the time.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Valley City calls for timeout. They led 23-9 in the opening half. Their lead was cut to as few as 26-21, really at 24-19, and then came back to take a 9-point lead. They led by 12 at halftime, 33-21, but right now the lead has sunk to 36-33. Valley City coming away with the basketball. We're going to see an illegal screen against the Highlanders. Brooke Egermont setting a moving screen. Egermont will pick up her second personal foul, so a turnover against the Highlanders, and Fargo Shanley with the basketball back, and now the Highlanders are going to come into full court pressure. It'll change up a little bit as the Deacons will inbound from the far sideline. Megan Dietz will inbound the basketball. Shayna Roach looking back at Dietz on the far sideline, who beats the trap. Roach comes up into the front court, and getting back nicely was Hadley Thorson, knocking a ball away that was intended for Noah Roney on the far side. It'll stay Deacon basketball. Again, the big storyline, 4 fouls on Shanley's leading player, Meziku Hakim, in the first 9.5 minutes of the opening half. But the Deacons have fought back anyway. Here's a 3 for the tie from Dietz, and it trickles in. Megan Dietz with a line drive 3, hits the front of the rim. It trickles in over the front, and the lead is gone for Valley City. It's now even at 36 all, and another pickup of the dribble that Shorma will reach in and tie up with Drew Potratz. That'll turn the ball back over to the Deacons again. Represents a 15-3 run for Fargo Shanley to tie the game at 36 apiece to start the second half, and they've held the Highlanders to 3 points and 1 field goal nearly halfway through the second half of play. Roach for 3. That one's good, and the lead goes to Fargo Shanley. Shayna Roach with her first 3 points tonight. 39-36. The Deacons lead by 3. Egermont a step back long 2, and it's good. Brooke Egermont with just a toe step on the line will get that second field goal for Valley City, but it comes at the 8:57 mark, so 1 field goal through over 9 minutes of play, but the Highlander trap gets back, forces a turnover as the ball swings out of bounds off of the Deacons, and it will go back to the Highlanders, who now trail by 1 by a score of 39-38. That represents an 18-3 run for the Deacons to go up by that 3-point margin here in the second half. Ball on the left side of the floor, Sam Hatcher. Down low, Carly Govan muscling inside. Missed the shot, deflects the rebound free. Sam Hatcher will pick up the loose basketball. To the top, a 3 by Tessa Olson is short. Another loose ball battle that's going to spin out of bounds off of Govan and go back to Fargo Shanley. And here we'll go. Meziku Hakim, the leading scorer for the Deacons, comes in playing with 4 fouls. With 8.5 to go, she had a couple of very nice looks in the post in that first half. She has the ability to score down low strongly, but she cannot afford another foul or her game will come to an end. Shorma looking to the right side. Roney taking a look down low, spins it back out to the top for Maggie Shorma. A stop in the corner, kick to Shayna Roach in the left corner. Roach curling away back out to the top of the key. A drive on the right side and a foul coming up as Dietz went hard to the basket and induced a reach by, I believe, Carly Govan. Carly Govan will pick up her second, and that is going to put number 23, Megan Dietz, on the foul line. 2 big threes in this second half of basketball. She's got 6 total. First on the way for Dietz is off the heel of the rim and no good. Remains a 1-point Highlander deficit at 39-38. Dietz will step into the second of 2. It is on the way, and that is also no good, and Carly Govan comes in and grabs the rebound for Valley City. Highlanders down 139-38. Sam Hatcher, scoop layup going coast to coast. Hatcher's first 2 tonight. The Highlanders take the lead back at 40-39. Good recognizing that time by Sam Hatcher, and a ball to Maggie Shorma on the near side of the floor is out of bounds. It'll go back to Valley City. Hatcher recognized that she had a path and then put on some speed and was able to get all the way to the basket for the lefty scoop layup. And the lead is Valley City's by a score of 40-39 with just under 8. 7:53 to play in the second half. Tessa Olson will take the inbounds pass from Faith Peterson. Olson sneaks across the stripe looking left side. Peterson left wing, a look into the post. Sam Hatcher will take it on the top of the key. Hatcher backing away from defensive pressure from Bryn McNeely. Ball makes its way into Govan. She tried to bind a cut with Sam Hatcher. That's out of bounds. It'll go back to Fargo Shanley. The Highlanders with a turnover. Neither team will take a look back at really their offensive performance tonight and say that it was clean, but Valley City really hit some nice shots in the opening half. They had 5 3-point shots. Drew Potratz hit 3 of them for 9 points in the opening half. They have yet to hit a 3 in the second half. Maggie Shorma, mid-range pull-up jump shot missed. Rebound McNeely then stripped, and Faith Peterson comes down with a loose basketball for the Highlanders. The Highlanders lead by 1, 40-39. The LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Govan trying to body up, goes right around Meziku Hakim and scores. Carly Govan knows it as well. Hakim playing with 4 fouls. She can do little defensively against Carly Govan inside. Govan curled right around her on the dribble and scores her 10th point tonight. Aubrey Dew looking down low for Hakim, knocked loose. Carly Govan goes up and knocks it away. Lead with the Highlanders by 3, 42-39, as Tess Olson brings the team back into the front court. Govan looking to set a screen and roll. Govan to the glass, missed it though, and the rebound comes out to the right side for Nora Roney on the screen and roll. Hakim let her go. She was picked up by help side. Post entry pass to Hakim, backing her way in off the glass, missing. Going after the rebound, ends up spinning it loose, and Tessa Olson comes up with it. She wants to go down the floor and released by Potratz. Potratz stepping in, now stepping away, off the pivot, missed the shot. Maggie Shorma the board and a foul coming up against Sam Hatcher. That's going to put the Deacons on the foul line. Sam Hatcher's 4th personal foul, and that will give Valley City a moment of pause. Greta Govan, who has played an outstanding game tonight for Valley City, will come back into the matchup. She's going to replace Sam Hatcher, and Govan's forced a ton of turnovers tonight. She scored 6 points in the opening half, has 8 total, which is beyond her average of 3.5. She's been a very nice player tonight for Valley City. Maggie Shorma at the foul line for the 1-for-1 penalty. She connects on the front end. Shorma now with 10 for Fargo Shanley. She's the first scorer to double figures for the Deacons. The lead for Valley City cut to 2 at 42-40. And Shorma's second is on the way, also good, and now the lead is trimmed to 1. At 42-41, the Deacons will call for timeout with 6:24 left to go in the second half. It is a 1-point Highlander lead here at the Highlander Activity Center, 42-41 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. We have a timeout for Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. This is Highlander basketball on the voice of the Valley and the voice of the Highlanders, KOVC.
Brothers 3 has the area's widest variety of classic and new ice fishing tackle at the lowest prices to give you the edge this year. Before heading out on the ice, stop in and get your live bait and tackle and fill your tank with the highest quality gas and diesel. Brothers 3 is your locally owned and operated convenience store. As always, Brothers 3 has the lowest prices in town on everything, from snacks and drinks to winter gear and propane and automotive supplies. Remember, it pays to shop at Brothers 3.
You need a building, and you need it now. Look into Winkler Structures, available at Smith Lumber Company in Valley City. From a quick build utility to bigger dome structures for cattle, machinery, or hay storage, Winkler Structures are designed for strength and security with their no-compromise fabric and high-strength structural steel. These buildings have stood the test of time for today's cost-conscious customer. Customize your Winkler structure at Smith Lumber Company, East Main, Valley City. Call 845-2135.
6:24 to play, second half. The Highlanders leading at 1 point by 14. It is a 1-point lead right now, however. 42-41, girls half of our girls and boys doubleheader. Inside, Greta Gobin to the glass from Carly Gobin to the high-low, and Greta Gobin's got 10. The lead back to 3 at 44-41. The Highlander pressure defense has been a big story tonight. It's going to force another turnover. Shorma got trapped, went back looking for Bryn McNeely and threw the ball out of bounds. Another big story, Meziku Hakim with foul trouble. She's back out of the game now. And another big story, Greta Gobin off the bench tonight with 10 points. She co-leads the team in scoring after her bucket a moment ago. Gobin on the top of the key, working right side. A stop with a dribble to Drew Potratz. Potratz taking a look back to Faith Peterson. Peterson driving right, stumbled with the basketball, got it back, turns it back to the perimeter. Tess Olsen a head fake to draw the defense. Look back to Faith Peterson, left corner, shot clock under 10. Greta Gobin to Carly Gobin. Carly Gobin, scoop layup, missed it off the heel of the rim. And the rebound comes down to the near side for Nora Roney and the Deacons. A drive by Bryn McNeely, got to the baseline, missed a shot. Carly Gobin came over to front it. Deacon crowd wants a foul. They will get a tie-up, but the arrow's going to favor Valley City. 5:27 to play. Any multi-possession lead here is big for Valley City, and Meziku Hakim will come back into the matchup for the Deacons. That may be a way that the Highlanders can attack. Brooke Egermont will come on to replace Carly Gobin, but when Carly Gobin got the basketball against defense for Meziku Hakim a couple of moments ago, Hakim just backed off and did nothing. And Aubrey Dew, no, we're going to get a carry of the basketball against Tessa Olsen as she was being forced away, or Tessa Olsen just got called for a blocking foul with the basketball. I'm not sure how that works. Tessa Olsen will be called for her second. Of all the things I expected, that was not the one. Meziku Hakim will take the inbounds pass. Comes back to the near side of the floor. Bryn McNeely off to the wing for Aubrey Dew. Dew will turn her way back to the top of the key. Right side, Roney into the corner for Shorma. Shorma turns it back to Roney on the wing, a stop. Back to the top of the key again for Bryn McNeely. A couple of crossover dribbles. Shot clock at 10 seconds. A look down low. Hakim draws the crowd, a kick out. Roney on the way for three. That ties the game. Nora Roney scores her first 3 points of the night. We're tied at 4, D4, with 5 minutes to go and counting here in the second half. Up the floor, Drew Potratz to the right side for Greta Gobin. Back to Potratz. Her top for three. Comes up no good. Maggie Shorma comes down with a rebound along the baseline for Fargo Shanley. And the Deacons look to take the lead again. It's been a while since they had it, and they haven't played with it much tonight. Ball in the left corner, Aubrey Dew. A kick to the top for Shorma. Right corner for Roach. Into Hakim from 6 feet. She finishes. Meziku Hakim with 6. And the Deacons lead by 2 at 46-44. They led 39-36. They led 4-0 to start the game. That was their biggest lead of the night. It's currently 3. A drive by Tess Olsen into the corner. Faith Peterson a stop. Greta Gobin, right side for Potratz, working right against Roney. Stop, double pivot, got the glass but missed the shot. Shorma the rebound, and now a chance for the Deacons to go up by 4, possibly 5. Aubrey Dew looks in towards Hakim, leaves it down in the high-low, and Hakim will score again. 8 points for Meziku Hakeem. It matches the biggest lead of the night for Shanley at 48-44. Egermont, left side for Tessa Olsen, goes between the legs with the dribble and steps away. Out to the top for Greta Govan. Faith Peterson looking in. Back to the top of the key for Govan. Right side Peterson into Egermont. The turn got stuffed by Meziku Hakeem. And the ball will go back to Fargo Shanley as Hakeem comes away with a miss as well. Shorma leaving one into the front court for Bryn McNeely. Off towards the right corner, stopped by Nora Roney to McNeely on the right side. Top of the key, ball taken up there by Maggie Shorma into Dew. Hakeem on the foul line, shot clock approaching 10. And a baseline jump shot for Nora Roney will give the Deacons a 6-point lead. And we'll see a timeout taken by Valley City as the lead grows to 50-44. Fargo Shanley with 3:10 left of the second half. We have a timeout for Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. This is Highlander basketball and the voice of the Highlanders and the voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout at CPA 701-845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member FINRA and SIPC.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
50-44, Fargo Shanley has now taken their biggest lead of the night by 6 after trailing for almost all the first half and a good majority to start the second half. And now the Deacons will come out in some pressure defense trying to throw the knockout blow against Valley City. The Highlanders led 23-9, but have not been able to maintain their offensive prowess since that mark. Top of the key, Tessa Olsen with the basketball for the Highlanders to Greta Govan. Valley City still looking for their first three-point shot of the second half. Sam Hatcher on top with the shot clock at 10 seconds. Hatcher stepping up, getting a screen from Carly Govan. They wanted screen and roll. Govan got it, goes to the glass and draws a foul. Carly Govan came in during the break, and you go back to her previous touch on the basketball. Meziku Hakeem with 4 fouls inside. No chance to do anything to her. Govan scored, and then head coach Jimmy Howard withdrew Carly Govan from the game for a good chunk of time. And boy, that one's kind of a head scratcher as Carly Govan ends up missing on the front end. Lead remains 6 at 50-44, but Carly Govan had such a nice possession and probably got to get her a break at some point, but may have needed to return her a little bit sooner. Second foul shot hits the top of the backboard and won't go down. Rebound comes down in the hands of Meziku Hakeem, and it's tied up. It'll be Shanley basketball off the arrow, and the Highlanders cannot afford to give up a bucket here. A basket for Fargo Shanley of any kind turns this into a 3-possession game with 2:40 left to go in the second half. In the backcourt, Shorma dribbling through the trapping pressure, working out to the right side. Sent it into the corner for Nora Roney. Now McNeely off towards the near side. Aubrey Dew ball faking towards the post, and she took a shot right across the face from Carly Govan, and we play on. Roney in the right corner is stopped. Reversing back to Shorma, near side for Dew. Dew a baseline move, pull up from 15 off the dribble is no good. Rebound batted out of bounds off of Shanley, and this will go back to Valley City. Good ball movement that time by the Deacons. They don't finish, however. And Valley City will get the basketball back. What they really need is a 3-point shot to sort of change the complexion of the game at this point. Down 50-44. Hatcher leading one up the floor for Faith Peterson. A stop. Back to Hatcher on the top of the key. Gives to Tessa Olsen. Olsen working right side. Drives in. Kicks out. Greta Govan a stop to Carly Govan in the high post. Govan back to Faith Peterson, who will work hard down the lane, got to the basket and missed it. Faith Peterson came back in from out of bounds and touched the basketball. That'll be out of bounds, and it will go back to Fargo Shanley. Boy, the Highlanders have gotten away with a couple down the stretch here as well. That hit across the face, that time it looked like the Highlanders traveled, and they're getting the benefit of some no calls here tonight. Shorma, backcourt for Bryn McNeely, stepping up. Now we got a timeout taken by the Deacons with 1:46 to go. Again, the Deacons with a bucket make this a 3-possession game. We're down to 1:46 left. 50-44 Fargo Shanley. This is Highlander basketball on KOVC.
Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, your community Health Mart pharmacy, is here to serve your healthcare needs. During the month of January, take 10% off all Health Mart and Sunmark products. The flu and cold season has hit us hard. For all your healthcare needs and prescriptions, see your trusted healthcare resource, Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, downtown Valley City, where they know you by name. Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Timeout taken by Fargo Shanley. They lead 50-44 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard with 1:46 to play second half, and the Deacons have the basketball. The Highlanders led 23-9, led by 12 at halftime, but the Deacons have slowly but surely cut into this as the Highlanders have not been able to find a shot from the perimeter in the entire second half to really change up how the offense functions. A drive in by Maggie Shormer for the Deacons. McNeely, left corner to Aubrey Dew. Dew stopping, looking back in to Meziku Hakim. The fall away. She missed it. Got her own miss on a loose basketball. Deacons right back to work on the shot clock. Into the corner, Dew. Shorma going over the top of the defense to Bryn McNeely in the left corner, and a foul coming up against the Highlanders. That will put Bryn McNeely on the foul line for the penalty. Check the call here. Looks like Tessa Olsen. Yeah, it's going to be Tessa Olsen that will pick up her third personal foul. So Olsen with her third. That's the 9th against Valley City. And it may not have been a bad foul, even though the Deacons can make this 3 possessions at the foul line. The clock was becoming more of the enemy than the scoreboard at that point. Meziku, actually, Bryn McNeely with her first, and it rolls in. Bryn McNeely's 4th point tonight. The Deacons have had 9 different players score, and 4 of those 9 have scored their first points of the night in this second half run. Second makes it an 8-point game. Bryn McNeely with 5, 52-44. The Highlanders down by 8. They need scores in a hurry. Sam Hatcher to the basket. There's one. Sam Hatcher driving her way down the floor with a scoop layup. Lead cut to 6 at 52-46. Shorman in the backcourt for the Deacons to Aubrey Dew. Dew trapped. Ball poked. She'll pick it up loose. Sends it out in the middle of the floor to McNeely, and a foul or a timeout. It'll be a timeout taken by Fargo Shanley to save the possession with an even minute left to go, and the Highlanders are going to have the Thorson and Greta Govan going after the timeout. But first, the timeout for Fargo Shanley and a timeout for Mobility Plus Rehabilitation. LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard reads Shanley 52, Valley City 46. Back with more in a moment.
This is Dr. Ryan Lorenz, physical therapist at Mobility Plus Rehabilitation, with offices in Enderlin, Lisbon, Gwinner, and Valley City. Our mission is to provide exceptional physical and occupational therapy by highly skilled therapists to minimize pain and maximize mobility, which quickly allows you to return to the quality of life you desire. We will evaluate and educate you on your condition, review treatment options, and create an effective treatment plan to solve your impairments based on your unique situation and needs. I invite you to call our offices at Mobility Plus today.
Timeout taken by the Deacons with 1 minute even left to play in the second half. Again, the boys' half of our doubleheader will follow the girls' half tonight. Highlander boys looking for their first win in the league, picked up their first win of the season, knocking off Lisbon on Saturday. But they need an EDC win, and they'll take on a Fargo Shanley team that comes in 2-5 in the league, 3-5 overall. And again, we're projecting 8:05 for the start. We're going to be well past our projected start time for that one. Those JV games take a while. That's an adjustment the EDC could make. Do we need 18-minute halves in junior varsity basketball? I don't know that we do, but we'll keep going with it, I guess. McNeely, right side for the Deacons. To the top for Maggie Shorma. The lead is 6. Right now, Valley City trying to foul. Faith Peterson will reach in and foul Maggie Shorma with 51.8 seconds left. Should be Faith Peterson's foul, be your third. Sam Hatcher and Drew Potratz will come in to take up the offensive role. So Jimmy Howard now going to sub defense-offense here. Shorma gets 2 automatically. First is good. Boy, that takes a fun roll in for the Deacons. It looked like it was going to be a miss and a good foul for Valley City. Double kissed around the rim, but that makes it a 3-possession game again. 53-46 Deacons. This to try to widen the lead out to 8. And the second for Shorma is off the heel of the rim, and the rebound comes down with Tessa Olsen. So the Highlanders down 7. They get 1 miss. Olsen into the front court. Valley City desperately needs a 3-point shot. Olsen dribbling across the floor from left to right. Potratz comes out to get it. Should be defended by Hakim. Inside, Carly Govan in the high-low will score. Carly Govan scores, and the Highlanders will call for timeout. They go to the high-low game, and Govan will score 12th, and that will cut the Deacon lead to 5 at 53-48. Again, the Highlanders don't play for the remainder of the week. This is their only action this week, according to the EDC website anyway. We've been fooled before. But it looks like their next action is on Tuesday, and that action would be a split date with Grand Forks Central. The boys are at Grand Forks Central on Tuesday night. That game is worth 2 points in the Eastern Dakota Conference, and the girls will host Grand Forks Central for 2 points in the league. Those are big games for both teams. But with 34.5 seconds left here in the second, we'll see an inbounds play for Fargo Shanley as Maggie Shorma will throw it in. Shorma gets to run the baseline, loads up, baseballs it down the floor. Nora Roney got open, misses the layup, but Bryn McNeely comes away with a miss. Mezaku Hakim reversing to Aubrey Dew. The Highlanders trying to foul, and Hadley Thorson finally puts an arm on Aubrey Dew with 25 seconds left to go. Hadley Thorson will pick up what will be her third personal foul. Really nice night tonight for Greta Govan. Right now, she's the second leading scorer for the Highlanders with 10. Forced a ton of turnovers tonight. She was all over the floor. Aubrey Dew's first is good. That'll push the lead to 6. 7 points for Aubrey Dew. Sam Hatcher, Drew Potratz, and Tessa Olson step in. We'll see Hadley Thorson leave. The Highlanders put some spot minutes out there from Dakota Potratz in a defensive posture, just a foul if necessary. Second foul shot for Dew, trying to again make this a 3-possession game. She cannot. There's a heartbeat here for the Highlanders as Dew misses on the back end. The Highlanders need 2 3-point plays. They don't have any time to waste. Tessa Olson waiting, driving left side, trying to kick to Potratz. Left the ball behind. Aubrey Dew will take it away with 10 seconds to go. She curls away from pressure. Potratz fouls her. And a little bit of extra on the back end of that for Drew Potratz. But Dew goes the line, and this one is going to come to an end. The Deacons are going to survive, and they will move their Eastern Dakota Conference mark to, I believe, 2 wins on the season now. Let me see here. First is no good for Aubrey Dew. Shanley now 4-4 in the league. Apologies. As Aubrey Dew misses on the front end. Second one on the way for Dew. That one is good. That'll give Dew 8 points. 4-4 in the league, 5-4 overall. And the Highlanders will fall to 1-6 in the conference and 2-7 overall. Drive to the basket for Tessa Olson will pick up a foul with 0.6 of a second to go. Looks like Aubrey Dew is going to be the guilty party. And Aubrey Dew will pick up her second. Boy, this is when the Highlanders are going to look back and say, what happened to us? 14-point lead, and Mezaku Hakim with 4 first-half fouls, and somehow couldn't quite take advantage of that the way they needed to. Tessa Olson's first is good. Tessa Olson now with 7. But again, the storyline, great game tonight for Greta Govan. She played an amazing first half of basketball for the Highlanders. Finishes with 10. She had as many field goals as anybody else did in the second half. Second foul shot for Olson won't fall. Shorma with the rebound, and that's going to do it. And the Highlanders are beaten tonight in the front half of the doubleheader. Your final score will be Fargo Shanley 55 and Valley City 49. Our post-game totals and a wrap-up of game number 1 on the way next. This is Highlander basketball on the voice of the Highlanders and the voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Why choose professional eye care centers? Let's count the whys. First, there are now 4 great doctors to see. Dr. Frank, Dr. Freilich, Dr. Jangula, and now welcoming Dr. Bond. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, and Edgeley. And finally, their fantastic frame selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional eye care centers, clearly the best.
Don't leave your wiring to chance. Plug into your number 1 electrical source, Highline Electric. They're the experts in residential, commercial, and industrial electrical work. No cutting corners at Highline Electric. Call 845-0731. They'll give you a free estimate before any work is done. Family owned since 1986 with Chad and Tracy Zahn. And I promise, the price won't shock you. Highline Electric in Valley City. Call 845-0731. building a reputation of integrity and quality.
No matter where you live, you should have access to high-quality health care. Jamestown Regional Medical Center's orthopedic and sports medicine team offers care for hips, shoulders, knees, and toes. When an injury occurs, teams need care quickly. That's why the JRMC